the essence of your individualized strength and conditioning program is determining how much muscular strain we want in certain areas for things like strength and muscle size versus how much we want muscle to give way so you have range of motion and access to certain positions. And everyone's different, and we can use certain assessments to help us calibrate how much you need. So one that I use all the time with my clients, and they can do on their own because it's super simple, is they feel heavy on their heels, they get their lower back flat, they get their upper back flat in the back of their head on the wall. They put all 5 fingertips on the wall and make sure that their elbow is pointing straight ahead. They slide all 5 fingertips up the wall while maintaining that straight ahead elbow. When they feel a lot of restriction, like they're getting stuck and or their elbow wants to creep open, that's the range of motion they have. Depending on how much they're showing, we can make a decision about is that enough or too little for that individual. Some people will be really restricted with this assessment. So they're gonna set up and they're gonna be battling even to get their fingertips on the wall and get that elbow straight. So their lower backs are gonna be coming off and they're gonna be turning, or their neck is gonna be working really hard. They're gonna just feel their elbows sneaking out, but they'll feel it being tough just to get their hand there. These people can perform a couple things to help them break through that 90-degree line. So if you're a narrow type body, you can do things like a bear hold or a bear crawl. Most people can do that seated alternating pull down that I showed the other day. That would help out. Most can also try something like a staggered stance, one arm kettlebell deadlift. You may have to elevate your back heel while performing it. You put the kettlebell in your right arm and you perform a hinging motion. Those are all some of the possibilities that you can use to help break through that 90-degree level, and then we can perform other things to get even higher if need be. A couple additional ways this assessment is useful is one, that if I have a discrepancy between my right and left, which I should, my right should move further than my left, I am showing we can call it an alignment issue, which is essentially me being a little bit stuck in a turn if my left is more limited than my right, and that'll help me choose some exercises to help that, or help me choose how to perform certain exercises to help manage that. The other thing that's really interesting is that this shoulder flexion assessment should mimic what's going on in your hips. So because I have a little bit less left shoulder flexion, my left hip flexion should show a little bit more of a limitation compared to my right as well, unless I have some type of tissue adaptation that is showing greater ranges of motion for some reason.